Uh, so, who deserves our respect? First person that comes to mind is an undocumented worker who dated my mother and made her fall in love. And he raised 3 boys that were not his, and he got deported. So it's called Invisible Americano. The second piece is who deserves our respect. It's the immigrant. America, the beautiful, beautified, and purified on the backs of trabajadores, followed by Dolores, and excuse my Spanglish, but my tone is set by the thought of an Aztec or a Mayan king out in the crowd. So out loud, let's learn today. And Love 101 starts with a man before he turns to a concrete jungle mule. His muse, 3 boys, none his, and it never mattered. The extent of his love is opening the door at the crack of dawn before the sound of a 1980-something dually picks him up for another 18-hour plantation session. And we call them wetbacks. Strong, proud warriors, wetbacks, invisible Americanos. And they say 9 numbers separate them from you and me. And they say that 9 numbers keep them in the sun. And they say we're a generous nation. Maybe we should just donate one. Silence not by language barriers, but by responsibility, and the ability to get overlooked is crazy to me. We bitch, we got it so bad, yo, racism at a drop of a dime. We plan a revolution that would never come because we planned it politically incorrectly. I don't want to offend the other man. You see, I didn't offend you guys, did I? And I sigh, looking from a worker ant cubicle, drinking my super duper cocaine latte with a hint of honey, with a hint of money to these freeways being built by these men whose day would never come. And let me be the first to quench your thirst, Badu. And let me be the first to say shame on us all, while veterans and bettermen standing corners for change look to the underpath as the next great architect, wait for the next American asshole to let them do a month's work in a week. And that's weak, and I speak of you, Mrs. Suburban. But I digress. I guess if I suggested equality, it would be un-American to me because tradition must go on, and so on and so on. And George Bush never taught me strength. And Michael Jordan never taught me how to be a man. And those Wall Street wolves never taught me English with broken English in the middle of the night. And I never learned how to fight. But I was taught what's right and what's wrong, along with the powerful Vicente Fernandez anthem. And in the end, there's you. A man whose only reward is a beer, a song, a porch. If Working Class Hero was ever dedicated, it would be to you, Invisible Americano. I know it's easy to villainize people. Like, I know it's easy to go as far as calling someone an illegal human being. That's insane to me. Insane that someone can say that person is illegal in our country. I can't tell you what the word immigrant means, but I can't tell you what it feels like. I can tell you what it feels like to leave a country you hardly knew to come to a country that never acknowledges you. I can tell you what developing a stutter and dyslexia feels like when learning a second language on a timeline. I can't tell you what the word immigrant means, though. I just know how it feels. I know how it feels to be in a room with faces that resemble mine telling me to go back to where I come from. I do know what Americanization means. Gentrification. Capitalism. I do know what economic hitmen look like. What their definition of true progress means. I can tell you what it feels like to never be supported, what the eyes of a man you call father looks like as he's being deported. I can describe the tears of a young mother having her baby aborted because there's not enough money for bread and water, and I can describe you wars in irrelevant borders. I just can't tell you what the word immigrant means. I can tell you what it feels like to mix religion and politicians, Christians and Catholic missions in the name of franchise. I can tell you what the sun feels like on overworked backs for 12 hours. To uproot daily meals, to feed better off tables and better off tomorrows. I can describe the coolness of the dirt as I dig with callous hands, kisses from children who know their turn on fields is coming. The word immigrant is foreign to me. I can't quite recall those 43 names erased from blackboards too poor to tell their stories. I can't light enough veladoras to mourn the murders on foreign borders, and there's not enough liquor in the world to toast every refugee caused by greed, or every child in need. I just can't tell you what immigrant means. Because to an immigrant, definitions come in the forms of feelings. Feeling tired, feeling hurt, feeling invisible, feeling silenced. We don't spend time searching for definitions. We work. We keep going. All we can do is tell you how it feels. Blessings.